Well, the 49ers, they may be getting CMC back, but their playoff hopes are still in the air.
Let's talk football.
All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast, where sports are everything on this channel. I'm your host, Antonio. Today, we are going over the San Francisco 49ers that are coming off of their bye week this week, going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I don't think that's going to be a very easy task. I do see it being a very tight, close game. But the main question is the 49ers are right now sitting at third place within the division after the Rams beat my Seattle Seahawks again. And then the Cardinals just flourishing right now. But are the Niners in danger of missing the playoffs? Which I'll touch on all that here in just a second. But before we get started, if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's talk about the 49ers. So, as of right now, I do think their playoff chances are wearing a little thin because if we look at the playoff picture, there's pretty much three teams in that picture that are have far more better records. You got the Vikings and then also the Packers in there, also along with the Philadelphia Eagles. But the main teams on the outside looking in are the Rams, Niners, and Seahawks, each sitting at 4-4. Well, except for the Seahawks because they played an extra game. But if I'm looking at the West, it's pretty much between two teams, the Cardinals and the Niners. That's what I'm looking at because the Rams, they got lucky against the Seahawks. The Seahawks had multiple miscues. If I'm looking at this, if I'm looking at their schedule, the next four games are key because if they lose at least two, which is highly likely, they could end up maybe not winning the division because the West is wide open for the taking. If we look at the next few games, it is not an easy task ahead. You've got the Buccaneers this week that just put up a fight with Kansas City. That reminder, y'all got destroyed.
No, the word I'm looking for is that stop? Really? Where?
Seahawks.
By. Then you got the Seahawks, which I think you should win that one because the Seahawks are not looking too smooth. But then you got two big key road games as you go on the road to take not only the Green Bay Packers that have been looking relatively good, but you also have to face the Buffalo Bills, which they are looking dominant. But then other games I could look at as concerning is their two of them remaining after the Seahawks in the Rams and the Cardinals because they are still 1-2 in the division. But then you got the game against the Lions, which the Lions, they are going to be wanting some revenge for what happened in last year's NFC Championship game.
Will pay for this fool! Do you hear me? If it takes 1,000 years, I will have my revenge!
But if I'm looking at this, the Niners, they're currently sitting at 4-4. They need to win 6 of their games at the most. 4, 5 maybe at the least. The only losses I could see, just looking at it from a perspective of teams that are better, I think they could lose to the Packers, even though they've had their number for the last few years. The Bills, because they are looking strong, and it is in Buffalo, and Buffalo is going to be a loud environment. Then the Rams. That one will be relatively interesting because last time CMC wasn't in the lineup. I do see that potentially being a very close game because CMC is going to be back and it is a division rivalry game. And then you got the Dolphins that are trying to get back within the playoff picture. I don't think they're going to do so. Then the Lions. They are going to whoop the Niners as I'm currently looking at this. The Lions, They are just right now the only team in the NFC that actually stands a chance of winning the NFC and representing the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. Then the Cardinals. They have been kind of up and down and have actually surprised me a lot. And I might be considering them as a dark horse team because that is how good the Cardinals are looking. Their run game is getting there. Their defense, they just traded for Baron Browning, and they are just looking. Every team in the division, primarily in the Cardinals and 49ers, they're pretty much all in to win the division. Unlike another team I know, I'm not going to get into it too far because I'm a fan of that team. But the Niners, they need to win the division because if they don't, it is a high possibility that they could end up missing the playoffs. It is a very high possibility. And just from looking at the West, it is one of the worst divisions, surprisingly. Other than, of course, the NFC South, but I think pretty much everyone expected the Atlanta Falcons to win that division because we didn't know that the Bucks were going to look this bad. And on top of it, the Saints and Panthers are in a pit. But whoever wins this division is going to be the lone NFC team, NFC West team to represent the NFC West in this year's playoffs. Because just from looking at the Niners, I don't see it, but we've seen crazier things before. So I'm not ruling out the playoff hopes yet for the San Francisco 49ers and my grandma's team, but it's getting to that point. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think the 49ers have a high possibility of making the playoffs? Let me know why or why not down in the comments below. But, anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao for now.